Hi everyone, New England Gardening here in the nice cool cellar, although it's a little humid, but definitely cooler than outside. Finished my first Layens Hive frame here. Let me show you how I went about making it. Alright, so I just cut a rabbet 3/8 inches deep on the router. So that fits like that. And then need to cut these 1.5 inch wide boards. This is the top rail. So I got 6 top rails from that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can probably capture a swarm with 6 frames, since they're like a third larger than a Langstroth frame. Alright, so I have these at the right thickness now, these side bars. There's the top bar, and that gets stapled and glued like that. I'm going to route out 1/4 inch on both sides here, and I've got a stop block, so just bring this down, and then this stays the original thickness of 1.5 down to 3 3/4. So let me get my hearing protection on. See how this works out. So that's the way that will look. And then there's a bottom bar here. And then you string your metal wire, stainless steel wire. That's supposed to be 1 inch. Alright everyone, here are the pieces. Let's get this terminology correct. It's the top bar, the side bars, and the bottom bar. And I've got the eyelets in here. I just tried to do this by hand, and I'm a little off on this hole right here. But you can see it more clearly here. I was way off. I don't know how but I'm setting it up on a drill press, and so these have to line up. with these holes here. So you can make a jig, I guess. Once you get these holes correct, you just use this to drill the holes for the next one as a template. But let me drill these holes. Should come out a little bit more exact on the drill press. So you can see I put a little fence up and some clamps, and then I can just drill these more exact. And I can just hammer these in. That way the wire won't bite into the wood and loosen up. Alright, so I finished this jig. You got the side bars here that are elevated by the right thickness shim. You got the bottom bar here, and it has its own spacer, so it's at the right level, and the top bar, and that holds that all together, so it makes it a little bit easier to staple. Alright, now on to wiring this frame here. If you calculate, it's about 16¼ inches on this particular frame, with the messed up positioning of this bottom bar. I'm figuring about, because you also loop it down as 3½ inch, so it comes down 16¼ 3½ comes back up, 3½ comes down 16¼ goes over, comes back up. So I'm figuring about 75.5 inches. Add some for looping around. I don't know, I got these nails here. I need something more like a roofing nail, but really short. But we'll try this out. Maybe 80 inches. I don't know if I just cut it off first or just fish this through. Alright, so I'm going to start off wrapping this around this nail a couple of times, I guess. And although this isn't the best way to hammer this, got that. But in addition, good measure staple. Oh, and it would help to actually get the staple on the wire. Let's see. Well, not sure why that's off to the side like that, but it's in between the two. It's in between, so that's okay. I'm going to say the legs of the staple. So now I just need to fish this through. Hopefully I've got enough extra wire here, or it's not too short. So this goes through the first one. I don't know if I put staples on the bottoms here. Become a musical instrument if I don't use it as a frame. So let's see. I think it would make it easier if I put a staple on the bottom there too. Let's see how this goes. All right, so that turned out pretty good. I just finished this off camera because it was easier to put the staple in and hammer in the tack here, or what are these called? Pins. I think I know escutcheon pins. I don't think I've ever seen that word spelled out, or when the last time I heard that being used. But yeah, you can't see the wires, put the paper there, but and I don't know if maybe if I put rub some wax on here, you know, that's wishful thinking that I'm even going to be catching a swarm, but or hopeful thinking, but maybe, or some propolis just to get the scent. But yeah, that's my first frame, all wired up with some imperfections, but I think bees would still use that. So this is New England Gardening, and that's my first Layens Hive frame. You can see how big these are, so if this was a honey frame, that would be probably enough for a year. Just take that out, have an extra to replace it, and never have to lift a box again. So this is New England Gardening. Thanks for watching.